now, where former governors of Taraba and Plateau states are now free men and can now go about their lawful duties without fear. This is coming barely a month, or 3 months, I should say, after the Council of States, led by President Muhammadu Buhari, granted Senator Joshua Dariye and Jolly Nyame presidential pardon. And this decision was based on ill health as well as age and good conduct of the former prisoners while in the custodial center. TVC News judicial correspondent Celestina Area has more.
In May 2018, Justice Adebukola Banjoko sentenced the former governor of Taraba State, Jolly Nyame, to 14 years imprisonment after finding him guilty on 27 counts of criminal breach of trust, receipt of gratification, obtaining without due consideration and misappropriation of public funds. The judge ordered the immediate return of the forfeited funds from the treasury of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission to the Taraba State government. However, in a bid to get his judgment overturned or the sentence reduced, he appealed the judgment. In November 2018, the Court of Appeal in Abuja ordered the former governor to pay a fine of 495 million naira for the alleged misappropriation of funds while he was governor of the state. The appellate court, however, reduced the 14-year jail term to a 12-year jail term. The appellate court said the law compels the court to add a fine for each of the various convictions, but the court also held that Jolly Nyame ought to have been given the capital punishment, but due to the constitutional restraint on the constitution, the court was to stick with the provisions of the law. Justice Adebukola had on 12 June 2018 also sentenced Joshua Dariye to 14 years imprisonment on charges of criminal breach of trust and criminal misappropriation. But following his appeal against the judgment, the Court of Appeal in Abuja on 16 November 2018 commuted a 14-year jail term to 10 years. Mr. Dariye had appealed his sentence, but the Supreme Court affirmed the 10-year jail term. Mr. Dariye was said to have looted 2 billion naira in public funds during his term as Plateau State Governor between 1999 and 2007. Before the former governors could complete their jail term at the Kuje Correctional Centre, President Muhammadu Buhari granted both former governors presidential pardon. This action by the president stirred up different reaction, as some say it could impede the president's fight against corruption.
Such governors, based on the amounts they stole according to the allegation, they should be allowed to spend the number of years the courts sentenced them to.
How incompetent they are actually. I don't know, it's uncalled for. Like somebody sentenced to prison and you all of a sudden you give him a presidential pardon.
He has the prerogative to give clemency whoever he wants to give clemency under the Nigerian Constitution. It's allowed. Whether you are highly placed or you are a poor man or you are a rich man.
I still believe that moral justification should be considered. I strongly believe that because these people are former governors and they are heavyweights, ordinary citizens wouldn't have been given this bill.
It is still unclear whether this presidential pardon will in any way affect Nigerians' ranking in the World Corruption Perception Index. Celestina Area, TVC